Okay, welcome back, everyone, and it's really wonderful to get together with you on this Matzoi Shabbos. That was a little bit of a hard piece of Gemara, and today's daf is easier, as we are really coming down the home stretch of what I consider one of the more harder Masechtas. You know, Yitzi tells us that we've already learned 1,315 blot. This is 1,316. So, we've already learned a lot of dafin. This Masechta was pretty hard. So if you found it hard, you're absolutely normal. You don't have to go to a doctor. The shir is being sponsored by A.B. Spry and family for the tefillah that children should get into yeshiva quickly and easily without heartache to the parents. By Baruch Ian Lila Nishmas Esther Bas Yaina, Yaakov Chaim ben Abba Avram ben Shmuel HaKayin. We learned the full shlema for my shver, who is leaving tomorrow to Florida for experimental treatment. Avigdor Aryeh ben Rivka. Also for my dear friend Betzalel Klein, for his father, Meir ben Chaya Sareh, should have a refuah shlema b'seich shar chili Yisrael. Eddie Chazan wants to know where we are. We are in America. I know, Eddie, that's a big chiddush to you. We are holding by the two dots, 5 lines from the top of Daf Pei Ches. Daf Pei Ches. We also want to let everybody know that Yetz Hashem, tomorrow night I will be broadcasting. I think the latest plan is that tomorrow night I'll be broadcasting from Fairways, Yetz Hashem, and the Siyum is of course in Fairways. We need to get everybody to come to the Siyum. So please, if you are around in Lakewood, please join us. Saba, what time is Mincha tomorrow? Do you know? Is it 7:45? Not sure. Okay.
May announce 7:35.
Mincha is 7:35?
That's what Reb Chaim wrote and announced today, yeah.
Wow. Are you sure?
I think so.
Mincha is 7:35. So then, if Mincha is 7:35, whoa, let me, who's there? Who else is there from Fairways? I think Saba went to look it up. Berish is not on. Avram Schenkman, do you have a list? You got it? What does it say? Well, he can't show it to me. Everybody see 7:35 there, huh? Wow, it's 7:35. Thank you. Oh, so if Mincha is 7:35, so then Daf Yomi tomorrow night, Rabbi say, is 8:15. Wow, that's pretty early. I know it doesn't say that there. I know, but I'm changing it.
Shia is 8 o'clock.
Huh?
Shia is at 8 o'clock.
It's 8 o'clock in Tannersville.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, 8 o'clock in Tannersville, so it's probably earlier in Lakewood. That's probably why they did that. Yeah, Shkia is probably 10 to 8 in Lakewood. So, okay, so 7:35. Yeah, it sounds like the daf will be at 8:15 tomorrow night. 8:15, Rabbi said. I'll put it on the schedule, which means that on Monday the daf will start 8:15. The Siyum will get underway probably by the latest 10 to 9. So it's an early evening. Right? Mark could get home and be in bed early. Unless he wants to come with his wife and sleep by me. Okay,
I can't start by 8:15.
why not?
8 o'clock Shkia, we have Mariv at 8 o'clock.
All right, so you'll be here at 8:20.
Yeah.
All right, we'll try to stall for you. Okay, so we're holding 5 lines from the top. Chasmu Eidim B'Reish Hadaf. So we said that if the Eidim sign at the top, or on the side, or on the back, it's possible. So right away the Gemara comes and asks, Ini, Rav Chasm Min Hatzad, Rav signed on the side. Says the Gemara, yeah, that's Chasm B'Shigagoi Klape Ksav. That's where he made his signature with the roof of the words facing the side. So if the roof of his name faces the side, that's good. The Mishnah is talking about with the feet of the name. That's no good. Says the Gemara, Lahadik Tani, Hikif Rosh Shel Zeh, B'tzad Rosh Shel Zeh. If you turn the top of one get facing the top of the other get, and the Eidim signed in the middle, V'Eidim Emtza Shneim Sulam. But why? The ones whose roof face the top should be good. Whose signature has a roof facing the top, and that should be good, just like the side. Says the Gemara, Hasam over there, it's where they signed not in the middle, but they signed Hasam the dummy like Ivra. There, it's talking about where they signed like a bar. In other words, they didn't sign with on the same line as the script, but they signed, if the script was horizontal, they signed vertically, like a bar going between one and the other. Says Gemara, if the head of one faced the end of the other, and the Eidim in the middle, the witnesses that are signed after the end of the get is kosher. But if it's like a bar, it's not read with one or the other. It's going in an opposite direction. It's perpendicular. Ella says, you must scratch that. On the side is no good. Even if the head of the signature is facing the side, it's no good. And when it says that Rav signed on the side, that was only bediskei avichasim. That's only court summonses. That's only sending them notices. It's not for an official get. Get shekasru ivris, if the get was signed in ivris with the witness in Yavanis, or vice versa. Ksav sefer ve'eid kosher. The sign of the writing of the sefer and an eid is kosher. Amr Reb Yomi says it's not just the handwriting of the sefer, but chesam sefer shaninu, the signature of the sefer, and an eid is kosher. Now, if it's the signature of the sefer, then what's the chiddush? I mean, the sefer is not a kosher yet. That's two eidim. Why do we need to teach it? Amr Reb Yirmiyah chesam sefer shaninu. So what's the chiddush? Oh, it's a big chiddush. You see, we're afraid that the husband might have assigned that Aaron and Irving should sign the get, should witness the get. And Irving, being a sensitive fellow, Aaron is also a sensitive fellow, Irving, being a sensitive fellow, noticed that the sefer writing the get would be insulted if he's not an aid. So Irving says, you know what, instead of me signing, you sign. Now that wouldn't be good, because the husband insisted that Irving should sign. So by allowing the cipher's signature, it has to be going according to Rabbi Yossi, that Omar Imru is not good. And therefore, Irving wouldn't be able to tell the cipher to sign, because you can't give over a verbal shlichus unless the husband said it. So therefore, if the husband signed, it must be that the husband told him, because Irving wouldn't be able to do it. And that's what the Gemara says, Hamani Rabbi Yossi, that milei lo mimsur l'shliach, that words cannot be given over one to another. Hahi ksuvas chasanim, there was a ksuva belonging to a chasan, the asya lekami de rabavo, it came time to collect the ksuva. Davayoda leilatusa, they knew the writing of the cipher, ulechasimas yoda dechad sada, and they also were able to confirm one of the witnesses, but they couldn't confirm the other witness. But since they recognized the hand of the cipher, savalak shur, they wanted to approve it for collection, because they recognized the handwriting of the cipher and one of the witnesses. Amalei Rabbi Yomi, it's not enough the handwriting of the cipher. Some cipher shaninu. The only way you could collect with this ksuva is to authenticate the other signature. Kosav kanichasa v'chanichasa kasha. If they wrote his surname and her surname, it's kasha. Now, as I told you, they used to use a Zayda's name. The Atzko gives an example that they wrote Mordechai, the son of Kish, even though his father wasn't Kish, but the family was known after Kish. So the Gemara says, till when could you use an ancestor? Tan Rabbana Chanichas Avos Begittin Ad Yud, up to 10 generations. Reb Shimon ben Elazar, it's only good after Gimel Deiros, after 3 generations. Mikan ve'elach, after that, possibly you can't use it as a surname. Kaman Ozlo Hodu Amrab Chanina Kosav Chanichas Avos Begittin Ad Gimel Deiros, you could do it up to 3 generations. Kaman Reb Shimon ben Elazar Amrav Huna Mikra, that 3 generations and that's it. Kisaylid, if you give birth to banim, to children, or b'nei banim. So you're 1 generation, the children is the 2nd generation, and the grandchildren are the 3rd generation, and then b'nei shantim. Then it's too old. Now, having mentioned this, especially since Mark said I'm getting tired of not having a garita, so having mentioned this, Amri B'Shua ben Levi, Loicharva Eretz Yisrael, Eretz Yisrael was not destroyed until 7 royal houses worshipped Avodah Zarah. When 7 royal Jewish kings worshipped Avodah Zarah, Eretz Yisrael was destroyed. Ve'eluhein Yeravam ben Avat, Obasha ben Achiyah, V'achav ben Omri, V'yehu ben Nimshi, Upekach ben Remaliah, Umenachem ben Gadi, V'yisher ben Ola. Now where do we see 7? Shenemar, Umlola Yoledes Hashiva. It became desolate after having born 7 kings who worshipped. Nafcha Nafsha, its soul is depressed. Bo Shimsha ba'id Yaimam, the sun set while it's yet day. Busha b'chafra, it's ashamed and disgraced. Amar Rami Mikra, where do we see a reference elsewhere to this 7 in the Torah? We have a pasuk in Yomi, but where do we have a reference in the Torah? Ki soiled banim uvnei vanim, and if you look at the bottom Tosfos, soiled is 1. Banim miat rabim shnaim is 2, so that's 3. B'nei is again rabim, that's 2, that's 5. And banim is another 2, is 7. After 7, there would be destruction. Amalei Rav Kana v'Rav Asi l'Rav, Rav Kahana Ravasi said to Rav, Ksiv bei Hosea ben Allah, it says about Hosea ben Allah, Vayas hara b'nei Hashem, he did evil in the eyes of Hashem, but he wasn't that bad. Rak loy kemalchei Yisrael, but not like his predecessors. He was bad, but not like his predecessors. The Ksiv alav, and it says, alav Allah Shalmanasar. On him, on Hosea ben Allah, Shalmanasar came and sacked Eretz Yisrael. So the question is, if he wasn't so bad, then why were they punished in his time? So Amalahu, so Rav told them, Oisan Pardesiya Ishaish of Yeravam al Drachim, the sentries that Yeravam placed blocking the roads, Kadesh lo Yalu Yisrael l'regel, that Klal Yisrael should not go Aliyah l'regel, Bo Hosea ubitlan. Hosea came and removed them. And unfortunately, although he removed them, Klal Yisrael still did not go up Aliyah l'regel. Va'afal pikein lo Olu Yisrael l'regel. Ay. Amar HaKadosh Baruch Hu, Oisem Sham Mishlo Olu Yisrael l'regel, since they were able to, because Hosea removed the sentries, and they didn't go Aliyah l'regel, Yelchu b'Shevi. Now they have to Mida Keneged Mida go into captivity. Amar Rav Chisda Amar Marukva. Rav Chisda said in the name of Marukva, V'imrei la Amar Rav Chisda Amar Rav Yirmiyah, that Rav Chisda said in the name of Rav Yirmiyah, Dorish Mereimah. Mereimah expounded, it's a very strange thing. Maidich Siva Yishkoid Hashem al hara. Hashem rushed the evil, Vayivi'eha aleinu, and he brought it upon us early, Ki tzadik Hashem alikeinu, because Hashem is so righteous. Now that doesn't seem to blend. Because Hashem is righteous, he rushed the evil. Mishum de tzadik Hashem alikeinu, vayishkad Hashem al hara, Hashem brought it faster, Vayivi'eha aleinu. Ah, yes. El tztaka asa HaKadosh Baruch Hu im Yisrael, shehigla goes Tzidkiyo, that he exiled the masses with Tzidkiyo, v'adayin golas Yechanya kayemas, and still the 1,000 great Talmidei Chacham that were exiled with Yechanya were alive. If he wouldn't have rushed the second Golas, then when we arrived, the 1,000 Talmidei Chacham would not be there to direct us. The Chsiv Bei Begolas Yechanya, because in the first Golas with Yechanya it says Acheresh v'Masker Elef. Now literally Cheresh means a carpenter and Masker means a gatekeeper. But the Gemara Darshans Cheresh, these were such great Talmidei Chachamim, Shebishoshe Poischen, when they started expounding, Nasa Kol Kechershin, everybody had nothing to add. They became like deaf mutes. Masker came in Shesoigun when they closed the subject, or they said there's no answer, there's no explanation. Shuvein Paisen. Nobody opened it up. Nobody would be able to. So these 1,000 Talmidei Chachamim were there because Hashem rushed the Golos Tzidkiya so that they were still alive. The Kama, how many of them were there? These Talmidei Chacham, 1,000. Ula Amar, a different pshat in Russian. Sheiktim shtei shonim le'v'noishantem. V'noishantem is Gematria 852. If we would have been 852 years, then we would have been totally destroyed. So he rushed it 2 years extra, 2 years less, so it shouldn't reach the period of Noishantem. Says the Gemara, since it says Abed to Abed Maher, it says a lashon of Abed to Abdun Maher, we see Maher by the Rebbeinu Shalom is 852 years. Amravach by Yaakov Shmamino, Mehera, the Mari Alma, quickly by Hashem, is Tamnei Meya v'chamshim v'tarteyu. It's 852 years. Now, says the Gemara, we're almost finished, by the way, Rabbi Isai. It's amazing with the hard Gemara we had. It's only an hour and 3 minutes, and you'll be out of here in no time. As Irving knows, that means I'm not telling you the time, but you'll be out of here in no time. Mark could even have a big lava malka with ice cream and everything. Avram Schenkman, I hope we're going to see you by the Siyum Monday night. Yeah? Oh, great. Nachman, any chance?
Thanks Hashem, I made it to shul this morning. I'm hoping
Wow, you made it to shul. Ay, brich rachmana de kula. So then, and Nachman, Mark Frankel is going to be there without fail. So we have nothing to worry about. Moshe Jacqueline, I hope you'll be there too. Eddie Chazan, since he's in the car anyway, he should come. So says the Heilige Mishnah, get mu'usa, a forced get be Yisrael. That means that Bezdin rules that he's mechuyev to give a get. He's not living properly, and they force him to give the get, and he says that he agrees, writes ani, because it has to be l'ritzaynai, kosher. But if he was forced by goyim, then the get is possible. However, they could beat him, and they say, do what the Bezdin instructs, then that's kosher. So now the Gemara breaks it down as follows. Get me'usa bi Yisrael, a forced get done by Yisrael, kedin, if it was the halacha, the man is not performing sheirah ksusa v'inasa, kosher. Shaloi kedin, if it was not proper, then it's possible. However, although it's possible, or paisel, it does passel her from kahuna. If such a get is given and then her husband dies, she can't marry a kayin. Or ba'ivdei kakavim, by goyim, if they did it kedin, in other words, according to Jewish law, pasul, it's not a good get, or paisel, but it disqualifies her from the kahuna. Shaloi kedin, but if they did it shaloi kedin, that's meaningless. Afilu reach haget ein bay, and it doesn't even disqualify her from kahuna. So the Gemara says, Manavshach, if they could force, is kashu einami l'skasher, it should even be good. And if they can't force, mifsal loy livsal, it shouldn't even disqualify her from kahuna. So first the Gemara tries the following. Amrav Mishasha, Dvar Torah, biblically speaking, get me'usa b'ayvdi kachavim kasher. That it get me'usa by goyim is good. Umatam amru pasul. And why did they say it's possible? Because they don't want women going to goyish courts. Matam amru pasul shloitei kol achas v'achas hayleches v'toyla atzma b'ivdei kachavim. She should put her fate in goyish courts. So we want a discussion. So the Gemara says, Ihochi, if so, shaloi kedin afilu reach haget ein bay? No, why? If midaraisa a goyish get is kosher, if it's done bedin, then shaloi kedin it should be at least pasul l'kuna, just like shaloi kedin by Yisrael is pasul. V'navi shaloi kedin ki Yisrael umifsal nami livsal. What Misharsha is saying is foolish, or it's outside, Barusa, it has to be taught outside, it's not acceptable. The time of Mai, why do we say by a guy if he does it kedin, it's disqualified? Because kedin bekedin to Yisrael, because where you do it, where a guy does it bedin, with a din with Yisrael could be confused. Mechlaf, it could be confused. And therefore we have to say it disqualifies her from Kahuna. Shaloi kedin b'kedin di Yisrael, but a guy doing it wrong, not according to din, will never be confused with a yid doing it b'din, like michlaf, and therefore that doesn't even have a reach haget. Now, Abaya ashkechei l'Rav Yosef the Yosef v'kama asa agite. Abaya found that Rav Yosef was forcing a man to give a get when the man was supposed to divorce his wife. He was forcing. Now the question is, how was he able to do that? There's no smuchin, there's no smicha outside of Eretz Yisrael. Amalei, so Abai asked Rabbi Yosef, Anan had yaitas anan. We are but mere commoners, we're not smuchin. Vitanya or Reb Tarfon Eimer, Kol Mokom Shata Moitze Aguryoy Shel Oivdei Kachavim, where you find tribunals of Goyim, Afal Pisha Dineim Kedinei Yisrael, even though their laws match the Torah laws, you can't go to the Erkoyis of Goyim. It's a big chilul Hashem. Shenemar, Ve'ela mishpatim asher tosim lifneim. You can only put it in front of a Jewish court. Lifneim v'loy lifnei oivdei kachavim. Davar achar, lifneim only in front of smuchim, v'loy lifnei hadyotes. And therefore, how could you force a get? We're only hadyotes, we don't have smicha. Amalei, so he said, Anan shlichusayu ka'avdinan. We are agents of the court in Eretz Yisrael, and we are empowered and licensed by them. Midei dahavi ahodois v'alvois. Just like we're able to rule over admissions and enforce people to give what they admit, or over loans. So the Gemara says, Iachi, then we should even rule about gezelois v'chavolos. We should even issue knossos for stealing and kefil and damages that are considered a knas. Says the Gemara, no. They only gave us agency and license for that which is regular. Loans, you need that. Shaloi timul delas b'fnei alavim. The business exists. The lubrication of business is a credit line. Right? So these things, a get is normal. Ki avdinon shlichusayo b'milsa d'shchicha. B'milsa d'loy shchicha, by something that's not normal, lo avdinon shlichusayo, they did not give us the license to paskin on knossos. There you need smuchen. Okay, Rabbi say, very exciting. We are finished today's dafin. We're going to learn now the Mishnah Yomis. I do want to remind you that we are still looking for sponsors for this week's Chumash year on Shoftim, 718-916-3100, rmmwsi@aol.com. It seems to be that the daf is 8:15 this week. 8:15 this week. That's when the daf is, and we hope to see everybody Monday night. And now we're going to learn the Mishnah Yomis.